all the appropriate permits for its Cleveland operations and is in full compliance with all permits and laws. But our goal isn't simple compliance. It's doing what is right. But the Cleveland Plain dealer says there may indeed be permit violations at the Cleveland plant. It writes, the U.S. EPA is looking into claims former owner, LTV Corporation, nearly doubled the blast furnace's capacity during the 1980s without installing proper environmental controls.
They don't employ the technology that they should to clean up their emissions because it's all about bottom line profit. And that's not the kind of corporate conscience that I would like to see.
Neighbors question whether ArcelorMittal could be doing more to reduce pollution in Cuyahoga County. Here, the federal government says the air quality for fine particulates and ozone are not being met. It's considered a non-attainment region, and that means local businesses are restricted from expanding and increasing their pollution emissions. If Northeast Ohio fails to meet those federal standards by 2010, it could be harder for the region to expand, and the county could lose federal highway funds.
If you take that into account, that we're trying to develop our economy, that we want to attract new companies, we want to attract new businesses, that we, from not just from the health standpoint, but from the economic and financial standpoint, it behooves us to come into attainment or close to attainment or make strides towards coming into attainment.
Certain kinds of industries can locate anywhere in the world. They're knowledge economy kinds of industries, and they may not want to live in a place where they're at a little bit higher risk of cancer and pulmonary problems. And the third way is a lot of, especially higher income, but higher skilled, higher educated households don't want to locate in places with a dirty environment.
I would think that it would actually help the economy if we became leaders in all of this.
You know, I think the steel mills could do an incredible job in helping to get this whole area to begin to grow and to blossom.
However,
I really do.
Who are the steel mills owned by? Americans?
Joseph.
ArcelorMittal is nothing like the financially struggling Republic Steel or LTV. On the contrary, it's the largest privately owned steel company in the world. Headquartered in London, England, ArcelorMittal made over $10 billion of profit in 2007. Also in 2007, its CEO, Lakshmi Mittal, moved from the 5th richest to the 4th richest man in the world, and he lives in one of the most expensive private estates on Earth. In 2004, he lavished his daughter with a reported $60 million wedding. That's only $6 million less than AK Steel spent at its Middletown plant to reduce pollution by 6 tons a day.
Mittal has the money, Mittal has the wherewithal to do a much better job. I think somebody talked about them being an example for other steel industries. That's where they should be. Since they're the largest steel maker in the world, they should be one of the cleanest in the steel world.
Ohio EPA records show no new air pollution controls have been installed since the plant was taken over by Lakshmi Mittal in 2005. However, there have been investments in production.
We recently put about $75 million into converting our former LTV continuous anneal line into a state-of-the-art galvanizing facility and also a galvaneer facility. So that's new markets for us, and we're thriving in that new market.
We've gone in and done very, very detailed analysis of what was actually saved, and we really got it certified by the people in the company. The managers just didn't believe it.
Bob Pajasic says profits and environmental integrity can coexist. He's spent 30 years showing companies how reducing pollution emissions can actually save them money.
Pollution prevention, especially where it saves money and you don't have the pollution, almost always saves you money. It's just a matter of how you calculate it and that sort of stuff. The sustainability is if you save money and your competitors do not, you're going to stay in business and they're not. And as far as the sustainability goes, from what we typically refer to as a triple bottom line, you're helping people, you're helping the environment, you're helping the local economy by doing this sort of work. It leads to sustainability at all levels.
I think that it's, a moral obligation of, if you're working somewhere, you should better the area. We're here to make the going easier for one another, and that applies to people as well as corporations.
A lot of that is the problem. People don't know what's going on, whether it's in Cleveland and you're in the suburbs or in other parts of the world.
In Middletown, the Citizen Good Neighbor campaign forced AK Steel to install stricter pollution controls. The EPA's Brad Miller says without citizen involvement, the improvements might never have been made.
If there's an issue, the citizen complaints help document that issue for us and allow us to know when things are occurring, and we can try to look back to see if something specific was going on.
I mean, I believe in my heart that all people are equal, but is that the way that this steel mill is treating us? Is that we are just expendable?
If we could in some way just say, look, come and see what we have here. The positive things. Certainly you don't want your steel company affecting all the positive things that are established in the area.
You have people looking at jobs here at all these wonderful medical and research institutions. Often you have to counteract the fact that it's in Cleveland. But wouldn't it be nice to be able to say, look, this is a green city, we look at all the resources we have, we take advantage of our resources. That'll make people more inclined to come here, just like people go to Denver or live in Colorado or go to California. It'd be nice to be able to say, come to the North Coast.
And many in the region think cleaner air can improve life in Cleveland, for both those who work in the city and for those who call it home.
He says his prayers every night, so I was like, I'll be like, God, can we move away from here so we can get away from this dirt and the steel mill? He's 4 years old, but he understands.
It scares me for my children, because it kills me to think that living in Cleveland could cause them health concerns, in the future. If she develops asthma from this, not only will I not forgive myself, but it'd be pretty difficult to not forgive Mittal.
Numbers make the difference, and that's what we're going to have to concentrate on, increasing the number of individuals who participate in dealing with the steel mills. That's what we have to do. There's no other way to do it.
Most communities have an interest in these facilities because they provide jobs and they provide a base for the economy. So, but then again, you wish that they would run and stay in business, number one, so they're going to make money by pollution prevention, and number two, possibly eliminate some of the dust issues, some of the water issues, and some of the air issues that the companies would have.
I don't believe that, like I've once heard, well, if things get too tight, we're just going to move out. No, I don't think they're going to do that. They have a very, very good position here. And I think what we're doing, we're asking them to be part of truly a good neighbor. Truly invest some of their money back into the business.